We move forward. So the king just signed the document, basically sealing Daniel's fate, they think. Basically, the document that's going to take Daniel out has just been signed. Here's what happens, verse 10. When Daniel knew that the document had been signed, he went to his house where he had windows in the upper chamber open toward Jerusalem. He got down on his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his God as he had done previously. Did you catch that? There's a cause and effect thing going on here. It says, when Daniel knew that his destruction had been, the plan for his destruction had been signed and put in place, what's his response? Gets down on his knees, prays to his God, and says, thank you, Lord. I mean, seriously? I mean, fill in the blank. Is that the way we respond? I mean, maybe you've never had a document signed to bring about your destruction, but maybe you could fill in the blank and say when the medical report came in and it wasn't good, or when you found out that you're being laid off, or you've lost a loved one, or your neighbor is trying to evilly shortchange you, or a pandemic comes about, right? Or something major has happened in your life that is just absolutely horrible. Never know how you're going to overcome it. And that's what's going on with Daniel. It says when he found that out, when the truth settled in, that things were about to get really rough, went to his house, looked out the window, got on his knees, prayed before his God, giving thanks. And so as we face life and circumstances and things that we'd rather not deal with, things that we'd rather not face, can we take that on? I mean, what was Daniel thankful for? I mean, everything in his life is about to crumble in on him. He's about to lose all these wonderful things because what they've done is forced him to either deny God in order to keep his human status or lay it all down. And so the question that comes about is, what was he thankful for? Was he thankful these guys are about to take everything that he thought was good out of his life? No. Much like we could say about our environment, we learn about thankfulness when we realize what we can never lose, right? The more superficial and fake and false things that are stripped away from us, the more we realize what's real, what's eternal, what's valuable. And so that's why Daniel gives thanks, we believe, because Daniel realizes that, man, it's been great being in charge of all these governors and being in charge of the whole kingdom and having the king love me. That's been great, but it's about to come to an end. And so I'm going to give thanks to God that none of those things really defined me. None of those things really brought me the true blessedness that fills my soul. It's only in knowing God that I truly have reason to be thankful. And so just underline verse 10, and the next time you lose something that you think is valuable, just follow the example of Daniel. Close your door, get on your knees, and pray before the Lord. Say, Lord, thank you. Thank you that the things that are most valuable can never be taken from me.